was a wonderful movie. It really was. And I love the way you introduced it as sort of just what we need in this age of, I guess, division, ugliness. You want to talk a little bit about that, about sort of what filmmaking means to you, especially in this era?
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know what the world is right now, and we all know where people are lying. And I'm just like you. I go through my Twitter feed, and I'm filled with anxiety about where we're going as a people, as a society. And no matter where you land on any specific issue, I think that filmmaking and art and storytelling can bring people together. There's an empathetic, I think this movie's very empathetic. I think you could sit in the audience, whether you're red state, blue state, Republican, I don't care what, conservative, and watch some things in this movie that are not white, straight, male-centric, and hopefully feel some things that maybe will make you think differently about other people and how other people live their lives. It's done obviously in a very subtle way, but this was the movie that I needed. It was the movie that I needed to make, and I'm very proud of it. It's something where the music, the idea of family, the idea of being reminded of the small pleasures of love in your life, especially the people around you that you love and love you, and the creative process, it was all just something that I thought would feed your soul and your heart, to be very cheesy about it.
Well, I'd love to ask you about Nick Offerman and what you saw in him that was so right for this role, because boy, he pulled it off in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, we all know and love Nick from Parks and Rec as Ron Swanson, and that's an iconic character, but I know Nick very personally. He was in The Hero, and I gave him something to kind of chew on that was different in The Hero. And when we wrapped with him, it was his energy and his aura and just the kind of guy that he is in real life, where I was like, I wish Nick was my dad. And Mark, my co-writer, and I, my producer, Houston King, we both just said, all three of us said, he's the guy for Hearts Beat Loud. He's the dad. We just knew it in our gut. And so I attached Nick as soon as the script was done. We gave it to him before Sundance when we played The Hero in 2017. So I gave it to him in December of 2016. And I said, please come do this movie with me. It's full of love. I love you. I want you to be everybody's dad. You're the best dad that I could think of for this. So, but he also just has so much vulnerability, and he has musical talent, like that's him playing the guitar and him singing and him showing himself. And I think it's so great, again, to give actors an opportunity to not just eat bacon or whatever. We love that from him, but he also can do this other thing, and I think it's pretty amazing. I'm really lucky to have been the guy to give him this, I think.
But tell me a little bit about the music, sort of the musical identity of the movie, I guess. My guess is this reflects your musical taste in a big way.
It definitely does. I mean, all the music in the film is handpicked by me, even the music that's playing in the background. I had great music supervisors, but I was really sort of the taste level, if you will, of what Nick was going to be talking about, whether it's Animal Collective or Tom Waits or Songs Ohio, Jeff Tweedy making a cameo. These are things that make me very happy. And the music, what was important for me was that you guys bought them as a band, and that it came from a place of a dad rock meets like young, cool, new, kind of indie electronic music. I love personally the songs in this movie. They make me jam. And the soundtrack is coming out June 8th. So you can stream it on Spotify. You can also buy it on vinyl, which I recommend. Why not? Got a vinyl player at home? It's very cool. It's kicked out. And the movie is coming out June 8th as well in New York and LA. It'll be here in Boston on June 15th, Father's Day. Perfect movie. Come back and see it with your dad. But no, the music was about, but by the way, I have to mention this. Kiersey and Nick do everything is live vocals in the film. There's no playback. So the vocals that you're hearing from Kiersey are in the moment, and that was very important to me to make this feel grounded and real, and hopefully it felt like it was happening in the moment, because it was.
I'm just wondering how Kiersey's character's relationship was written that way, or how much kind of back and forth with Kiersey.
Yeah.
In order to how the relationship looked in the film.
Right, and this is very important because it needs to be known that right now representation is more crucial than ever, right? More than ever, on screen and behind the camera. I'm a white straight male, and there's not much I can do about that. But what I can do about it is put people on screen that maybe normally wouldn't be in my films. I do have a privilege to do said thing, and I am aware of what my privilege means. And I think it's very important to be aware of that and understand that there's a big, big conversation happening in art and in representation that I need to be a part of it as well. The biggest thing that I can do is if I'm going to write characters, women of color, queer women, in this film and show that relationship, I have to make sure that I'm doing it right and that I'm doing it justice. So what I did was, and this is very simple, white straight men, I listened. I listened to Kiersey, I listened to Sasha, I said, did Mark and I get this right? How do you see it? Tell me, inform me. And I got lucky that Kiersey and Sasha, I did not know this when I cast them, are both queer women. I did not know that when I cast them, but I was very lucky that they were, and they helped inform not only how they wanted to be represented, but what they wanted to put out to the world. I was very nervous about the makeout scene. I was like, I don't want this to feel like male gaze. And Kiersey was like, Brett, please give this to me. I want more than anything to see two women of color kissing like any other two white straight people in a movie do. Just please. She's like, I'll back you up, I promise. And I think the movie comes across in that way because it's not a plot point. There's no punishment. It's just embrace and love and people being allowed to live their lives. So that is my responsibility, and I think it should be all of our responsibilities to help put goodness into the world, representation into the world, but also make sure it's informed.